Chapter 10, Relationship History. After your disastrous run-in with Gray's ex, the two of you hide behind a bush near her house as you figure out the best way to break in. Gray takes a quick look at his pocket watch, a small smile on his face that warms your heart. Alright, Vivian's at a photo shoot, so she should be gone for at least an hour. That'll give us plenty of time to get dirt on her. I can't believe you've convinced me to do this again. Relax. Samuel's keeping an eye on Vivian. We're totally safe. She threatened to call the authorities if she saw me again. I don't want to take any chances. Okay, so we check the windows first, make sure that the coast is clear. I guess that's better than nothing. Glass down, surprised to see Bobby eagerly weaving between you and Gray's legs, tail wagging. And we've got Bobby here to guard the outside. Isn't that right, boy? He kneels down and pets Bobby, scratching him behind his ears until his legs start to thump against the ground. Anyone who tries to come in, you give them what for. Bobby's face scrunches up as he bares his teeth and lets out an adorable little growl. Just like that. Why don't you go take a look? Making me do all the work. I see how it is. You're invisible right now. If someone is home, I don't want them to see me peeking through the windows. With the roll of his eyes, Gray floats across the grass and up to the house, pressing his face through the glass of the window. We're good. She's definitely gone. You're ready to join him next to the window, but rather than keep moving, he stops and stares at you, grinning. What? He solidifies, the ghostly blue aura fading away, and he cups your cheek in his hand, his touch making your skin tingle. Just looking at you. He slides his other hand around your waist to draw you closer, eyes dark as they bore into yours. Gray, we're trying to be criminals right now, remember? Technically, you're the only criminal here. He leans in close enough that you can feel his breath wave across your skin. You both freeze at the sound of footsteps approaching, and you grab a hold of his hand. Hurry! You rush around the corner of the house, Gray right behind you, only to skid to a halt as you spot a camera starting to pan towards you. I've got this. Gray's brow furrows as he looks at the security camera total focus until suddenly the little green light on it goes out. How did you... I just focus the same way I do when I want to make myself tangible. I wasn't actually sure it would work, but given all the horror movies where ghosts mess with technology, I figured it was worth a try. Well, either way, it's really impressive. He smirks at you as he steps closer, playfully waggling his eyebrows. Oh yeah? What do I get for being so impressive? How about I reward you later? He flashes in his eyes as he steps closer to you, and you can't help but sway into him. And what kind of reward do you have in mind? So much for those footsteps, right, guys? Use your imagination. You lick your lips as you meet his gaze, grinning as he swallows roughly. How does that work? Is it like ectoplasm? Oh, no. You've got a dirty mind, Iris. Who said I was thinking anything dirty? You implied it. He moves in again, just as his form shimmers and fades, the blue aura's returning. Damn, must have used up too much energy checking out the camera. It's for the best. I can't let you keep distracting me. He smirks, leaning in close, the brush of his lips through the shell of your ear sends a shiver down your spine. I don't need to touch you to do that. You playfully swat your hand through his shoulder and start around the rest of the house, him following behind you with a laugh. You know, this reminds me of the time Curtis and I snuck out of our house in high school. You convinced Curtis to go with you. He wasn't always a stick in the mud. We were so out of it by the time we got back that I couldn't remember which window led to my bedroom. Ended up in Alexandra's room. I bet she, The staticky sound of a walkie-talkie echoes from behind you, and you freeze as a voice follows it. Checking the perimeter. Over. You whip around, looking for some place to hide, but Gray merely closes his eyes and raises his hand. Come on. A high-pitched screech comes from the walkie-talkie as it cuts out, and the noise doesn't seem to be coming any closer. Damn things. Cheapskates. The security guard continues to grumble to himself, the voice fading as he heads back the way he came. That was ridiculously close. And that won't keep them gone for long. We need to get inside. The backyard's our best bet. She never remembers to lock the doors there. You and Gray creep into the backyard, your palms sweating from the nerves even as you take a moment to admire the space. This is her backyard? What? You saw mine. They aren't that different. That doesn't make it any less mind-boggling. Also, hers looks like, I don't know, kind of cool. Like old antique lanterns and stuff. It's kind of cool. But then the back door to the Vivian's house swings open. A guard stepping out right across the way from you. Iris, run! You, stop right there! I think it's a little late for that. Your heart pounds in your chest, but you grit your teeth as the guard starts to walk around the pond. Let's see if I can handle this your way. Alright, well, if you're gonna con this guy, remember, Vivian's generally a pretty private person, and she's really into all that spiritualism stuff. Like, what you do, but expensive and fake. You put on the most agreeable smile you can muster as the guard approaches, glaring daggers. Who are you and what the hell are you doing here? This is private property, you know. I'm a medium. And what is that exactly? I can communicate with the dead, you know, like the boy in The Sixth Sense. Oh, that's one hell of an elevator pitch. Will she tell me when she gives these retreat weirdos her address? And what are you here for then? I'm cleansing her house. So you're like a house cleaner? Jeez, this guy really is thick. Not that type of cleaning. She wants me to go in and burn some sage to get rid of the bad vibes in the place. Oh, yeah. I think she had something similar done a few months ago. But that doesn't explain why you're in the backyard. Ugh. I don't know if there's a believable reason for that. Because she wanted to keep it between us. No one answered the front door. No, remember privacy. You know how private she can be. She didn't want it getting out that we were meeting. I mean, you know how fast gossip spreads in this town. Ah, you got that right. She's always complaining about that. And so the student has become the master. I mean, technically they're all half-lives, so I suppose I can let you inside to wait until Vivian gets back. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But you better not get up to any funny business or I'll find out, you hear me? He says after he's already decided to let you have free reign of her house. I don't know if he's just that incompetent or if you're actually that persuasive. I'm gonna go with a little bit of both. You smile to yourself as you step past the guard and head for the back door, whispering under your breath. I'm going to choose to believe that was all me. Hey, I helped. No, you didn't. Okay, I'll give you a little credit. You and Gray step into a massive mansion filled with surprised and mounting clutter. Crystal lined shelves alongside the books on energy healing and other occult decor. Wow, you were not kidding about her being into alternative practices. You should have heard her complain about how I had my furniture arranged. You're creating so much bad energy because your bed is against the wrong wall. Oh yeah, feng shui, yeah. Half of the stuff isn't even necessary. I mean, there are crystals everywhere. How many Naser does one person need? What the hell's a Naser? She actually has a spirit board. Actually, that is necessity, so I'm gonna go with Naser. Naser? Symbols to ward off evil eye. They are effective at keeping certain emotion spirits away. But you only need one in a room, not 15. It just feels a bit like I'm being insulted. Knowing Vivian, she's probably love that. Though honestly, most of the time, spiritual healing for her just meant going on a long weekend retreat to a fancy cabin in the woods. Why am I not surprised? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. At least it's a nice change of pace from the other rich places we've been lately. Come on, the less time we have to spend here, the better. As you cross the room towards the stairs, you pause as you spot some magazines lying across a console table, pieces noticeably cut out of them. The headline on one of the magazines reads, Sonoma's newest it couple, Gray Morrison and Vivian Clark. Gray, you might want to come look at this. You flip through the magazine, finding every appearance of Gray's face either cut out or scribbled over in a black marker. I found these two. He gestures to two pictures, still in their frames, but with this image cut out. Geez, what happened between the two of you? He frowns, gaze dropping to the floor as he turns away from the photos. It was just a breakup, you know? This must be a celebrity thing. What do you mean? You're all supposed to be in the spotlight. You have to make every part of your life dramatic. I mean, cutting people out of photos is something you'd see in a movie, not real life. No, there's people who do it in real life. I think they're stupid. Those movies don't usually end in murder, though. Have you seen a Hallmark movie? No, I guess not. Gray shakes his head and starts up the stairs, and you hurry to follow after him. Her bedroom's upstairs. If we're going to find anything conclusive, it'll be up there. Gray leads you to a spacious, elegant bedroom, and you let your hand glide along the edge of the ornate furniture as you take it all in. Her bedroom is bigger than some apartments I've had. But my bed was more impressive, don't you think? Insert eye roll. I wasn't aware there was a competition. You step deeper into the room, spotting a small journal on top of her nightstand. As you pick it up, you're nearly overwhelmed by the waves of joy, sorrow, and rage that wash over you. Lots of emotion on this. It's like her bracelet had. No medium should ever touch my mouse, then. Or keyboard. Yeah, we'll go with both of those. Oh, comment down below why. Vivian was always journaling. Something about getting the negative thoughts out of her body and onto paper. Which means there's probably a clue in there that could help us. You don't honestly think she'd write about killing you, do you? Probably not, but it would give us some insight into what her motive might have been. It just feels a little bit of, like, invasion of privacy. She killed me, Iris. I don't think we're gotta respect her privacy. And this could help jog my memory about our relationship. Maybe there are some red flags I missed. Well, we do need all the information we can get. No, we don't. And also, what happens if she's innocent like the prior guy? Then this is an invasion of privacy. Open the journal hesitantly, and the page is filled with perfectly neat handwriting. I guess this is how nice a journal can look when you're a grown adult rather than an angsty teenager. You follow the dates written on the top of the corner of every entry until Gray stops you. Here, I'm pretty sure this was around when we started dating. Dear Journal, Gray and I had our first real date today. I knew he was rich and good-looking, but I had no idea how much fun I could have with him. I figured he'd just wine and dine me. I mean, we know I'm worth it, but instead we went speedboating, and he drove the boat. I can't wait until the tabloids find out about us. We're going to be the ultimate power couple. I just know it! That all feels a little shallow. That's just the way the relationships are when you're famous. It's never just about whether you like the person. It's also about what they can do for you and how it'll look to the rest of the world. Actually, that's every single relationship now, especially on dating apps. Unfortunately, due to real life, like famous people having a lot of dating shows, everybody thinks that's how it should be now, so that's how the dating world is, and that's why dating is really unsuccessful for a lot of people currently. Wow. That's kind of sad. What about being happy? Don't people care about that? Nope. Some do. But honestly, how many rich people have you met who are actually happy? It's not like I was unhappy with Vivian. I wouldn't have dated her if I was. So, why did you date her? It was never anything I took seriously. We got along, we had fun. I thought we were on the same page about that. Evidently not. You flip through the next couple of entries, sobbing as you recognize a familiar name. Okay, looks like she's talking about Peter here. Dear Journal, I thought things were going so well with Gray, but lately it's like he's even more distant than usual. We spend time together and he buys me all sorts of expensive things, which I obviously love, but we don't talk about anything real. I mean, we've been together months and I don't even know that much about him. I haven't even met any of his family. Then there was this guy at Lily's party tonight. His name's Peter, and he was actually charming, sweet, and he actually listened to what I was saying. I didn't mean to, but I couldn't help myself. I kissed him and it was wonderful. Wow, you didn't even hesitate. It's just so nice to be with someone who sees me rather than treating me like I'm part of the furniture. Jesus. That sounds like excuses to me. She wrote this after she'd already cheated. She was clearly just trying to justify what she'd done so she didn't feel guilty. She should have just broken up with you if she really wanted to be with Peter. Thank you. Well, if it weren't for the tabloid, she probably would have. But none of this feels like a reason for her to have killed me. We're still a couple months before your death. I'm sure we'll find something. You turn a few pages, stopping as you find one where the neat handwriting has turned into sharp scribbles. It looks like she wasn't happy about whatever happened on this day. Dear Journal, I can't believe Gray Morrison dumped me. Me, I'm Vivian Clark. I haven't even been dumped by anyone ever. And it's not like he was ever said a word that something was wrong. Not that we've been really talking much, but maybe I should have seen it coming. Maybe if I weren't so busy with Peter. And then he had to be a jerk and go and ruin all Peter's business prospects by dissing him online. He couldn't possibly know about Peter and I, could I? If he does know, who's to say he wouldn't leak it to the press? I can't let that happen. I can't let anyone find out what we did. Motive, but it's weak at best. You close the diary and set it back in the same spot you found it. There's our motive. She didn't want you exposing her affair. I can't believe she'd kill you just to keep that quiet, though. I know it's bad press, but affairs aren't exactly uncommon. Sonoma's a small place. In Hollywood, people probably wouldn't care, but up here is a different story. The wealthy here are taught to keep their image clean no matter what the cost. I'm pretty sure that's every rich person. This was a good idea, though, Gray. The pieces are starting to fit together. Some of the melancholy seems to lift from his shoulders as he flashes you a grin. Well, when will you learn that all my ideas are good ones? Why don't you prove it to me, then? What's your next bright idea? Well, since we haven't managed to find any concrete evidence, you're surprisingly calm about that. Especially given the last time things didn't go our way, you practically exploded at me. I wasn't really mad about us not finding evidence. You raise a skeptical eyebrow. Okay, I wasn't only mad about the evidence, and I don't want it to get to me like that again. Look at that. You've come so far. I didn't think the Gray I met a couple weeks ago would have been that self-aware. It's called growth. But you're right, I've learned quite a bit since I died. Maybe more than I learned when I was alive. But back to your brilliant idea. I was thinking we could take a break and explore the house. Isn't that what we're doing? Right now we're investigating. But if we aren't going to find any evidence anyway, the least we can do is enjoy the many luxuries this place has to offer. I don't know about that. We really should get out of here before she returns. Oh, come on. I know you want to. Can you really say no to this face? He gives you his best puppy dog eyes. Lower lip sticking out in an adorable pout. Have you met me? Like, unless you bring the puppy up here, Bobby, I'm still gonna say no to you in most situations. I want it noted for the record that I'm only agreeing because I want to. It has nothing to do with your face and how cute it is. Whatever gets you there. Gray leads you through the mansion until you step into a stylish home gym, leaving you dumbfounded. Please tell me that your definition of fun is not working out. God, no. But Vivian spends practically all of her time in here, so it's where all the best amenities are. I mean, it's a yoga studio. Like what? Well, espresso for one. Oh, he has priorities! Gray gestures grandly to the digital espresso machine in the corner of the room, along with a ton of flavored syrups and a mini fridge. This might be the first time I've ever been tempted to actually steal something from someone, and some of the places we've broken into. My house takes offense at that. What's your go-to coffee drink, anyway? More of a tea person. I will never press that button, ever. I don't care if the doctors told me I will die from the next cup of coffee that I drink. I would die happy. I would make it a grand one, man. I'm a latte. Mochas. I'm gonna go with neither of these, but in the mochas. I mean, I don't think you can get better than chocolate and caffeine. Can't argue with that. It seems like we're both got a bit of a sweet tooth. Now the question is, white or dark mocha? Dark. I'll answer that for you. Dark all the way. The two of you walk over to the machine and plug in your beverage of choice along with the kind of milk you want. It's like having your own personal Starbucks. No. Starbucks coffee is shit. I said it! Any baristas watching, listen, prove me wrong. And it'll taste loads better, trust me. Looks like it's done. I think you can make yourself tangible so you can have a taste. Ray closes his eyes, his body gradually solidifies, a thin bead of sweat on his brow. You hand the cup to him, and he takes a long drink, letting out a soft groan. Oh, even better than I remember. Well, don't hog it all for yourself. He passes the cup back to you, and you take your own sip, the drink leaving a pleasant warmth in your belly. Listen, when he unsolidifies, okay, does the coffee just flop to the floor? These are questions I need answers to. You set the cup down on the counter, and he chuckles, his gaze drifting down to your mouth. You've got a little something. He reaches out and gently rubs his thumb over your lips, wiping away the bit of foam that had been gathered there. My hero. With a smirk, he goes to bring his thumb up to his own mouth, just as his body once again becomes see-through. Oh, damn. I must have really overdone it earlier. But his disappointment is rapidly replaced with a grin as he leads you to the other side of the gym. Now that we've gotten warmed up, he stops in front of a tub full of water, but with a mischievous glint in his eyes tells you it's more than that. It's time for an ice bath. You're joking, right? What, afraid of getting a little cold? I mean, it's an ice bath. Yes. I'm not going near that thing. I don't understand why anyone would willingly subject themselves to that. There are a lot of reasons, mainly all health benefits like reducing inflammation in your muscles. This is true. I still don't do it though, but this is true. Were you a big fan of them when you were alive? Absolutely not. I'd take a jacuzzi over this any day of the week. But you wanted me to get in there. He smirks as he steps closer to you and you feel your cheeks heat. Well, yeah. That way I'd be able to warm you back up afterward. You don't need an excuse to do that. He brushes past you, sending a tingle down your spine as he crosses through your space, but he stops after a few steps. What have we got here? He points out a cardboard box sitting next to the trash can, inside of which is a fancy-looking massage gun. Oh man, I've always wanted one of those, but they've always been out of my price range. Yeah, no shit. No shit. We'll dig into this in a minute. You should take it then. I couldn't possibly... Didn't you say you wanted to steal her espresso machine? She's just going to throw it out anyway. That means it's probably broken. Why not test it out then? You plug the cord into the wall, press the button, the massager vibrates. You let out a sigh as you run it down your arm. Oh, that's the stuff. But why would she throw it away if it works fine? She probably just got a newer model. You can take this one. She won't miss it, trust me. You hesitate for only a second before wrapping the cord up and tucking the massage gun into your bag. Now our final stop of the day, my favorite part of this whole place. Ray leads you to a sauna, one of the walls covered in shiny black stones. Wow. That wall is made entirely of obsidian. You at least got the meaning of this one right. Obsidian's great for purification and grounding, exactly what a sauna is for. I saved the best for last. You look over in surprise as you feel his arms wrap around your waist and pull you close. You're tangible again. As soon as we stepped into this place, it felt like all my energy came back. You lean in close so you can rest your forehead against Grace, relishing the moment of connection between you. Of course it did. Must be the crystals. Well, whatever it is, I plan to take full advantage. His hand drifts up to cup your cheek, spreading goosebumps across your skin. We can strip down, get all hot and sweaty, take a moment to really relax. What do you say, want to stick around and enjoy all the sauna has to offer? Oh, let me think about this. Some of you may be going, Locum, WTF. I don't care. I wish we could. I don't think the guards would be thrilled if they found us hanging out in here. He heaves a dramatic sigh and presses a quick kiss to the side of your head. Well, I hate it when you're right. You take his hand, giving it a quick squeeze before heading towards the door. Come on, let's get out of here. We've definitely overstayed our welcome. There wasn't much welcome to begin with. Heading out of the gym, and you and Gray make for the front door of the house, just as quiet as it's been since you got there. Looks like the coast is clear. Of course it is. I told you, there's nothing to... You both freeze as the front door suddenly swings open to reveal... Vivian. Just what the hell do you think you're doing in my house? Quick, Gray, are you solid or not? This is your chance to appear and suddenly screw with her. Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description, plenty of links to check out, ways to support, whatnot. Without further ado, let me say the following. Yeah, no, massage guns are very pricey. There's some that are really, really cheap, but if you want the good ones that'll last, yeah, no, those are pretty pricey. And then, so basically, TLDR, one of the reasons why I was behind on choices for over a week was because my back go out. Okay, you remember when Bane broke Batman's back? Yeah, no, that's my back right now. So, yeah, I'm sitting with a back brace on. Anyway, you know, you push sometimes too much, and then life goes, hey, what's up? You effed around and you found out. So then I was looking at massage guns, and then yes, the ice bath and heat and alternations and all that stuff, and back brace is number one to go to. I'm just gonna say that. It just sucks having to wear this thing 24/7, but it is what it is. It really does help, and then it's something that I should have had long before now. But yeah, no, I would kill for a massage gun. I would kill for one. So yeah. Anyone want to come massage my back? Otherwise, thank you all for once again for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. I try and lighten the mood, you know, have a little commentary and whatnot. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I have called this book. And everything that was going to happen in it. Every I was dotted, every T was crossed, the whole 9 yards. I've been right about this book the entire time. All of you know it, especially if you've, you know, listened to what I have to say at the end of the videos, and then also if you're part of our Discord. Long story short is, I've been right about this 100%, but I'm just gonna double that and go 200%. Everything I've been right about. And I've just been very vocal about this because I knew how bad it was gonna be, and then every time something happened, I'm like, look, I called it. So, you know, yeah. Anyway, the only part that I don't know is who killed him, which, you know, this isn't like the other game, or book, may I say. There's no list of suspects and trying to narrow them down. Right now, we're just winging it. So, yeah, I don't know. It could be a disgruntled employee at the company, for all I know. Hey, you know what? If I called that, remind me of that. Anyway, catch y'all later. Peace out.